We're back. Kekcast Week 3. Again, greatest sports podcast you've ever watched. The three most knowledgeable ball knowers on the planet. Me, Josh. We got X. We got Briss. It was a great week. It was a great week in sports. Story of the week is probably all the injuries. Crazy week of injuries in the NFL this week. Once again, we are doing this basically right after Monday Night Football. So if we all know that Chris Godwin injury is looking pretty brutal right now. 50 seconds left on the clock. His ankle is the other way. But that's the big story of the week is the injuries. But the first topic of the night that we're going to go with is just our overall reaction to the week. This week, though, I'm going to start it off with X. Go ahead and tell him what you think.
Well, first off, welcome everybody. I'm glad to be talking ball with y'all. Um, my overall reaction of the week is just a brutal landscape of injuries. You got Davante Adam, or not, sorry, not Davante Adams. You got Watson injury, of course, and I don't know. To me, I think my biggest takeaway is I think this Browns organization can honestly really turn it around now that he's out and as sick and sort of, messed up it is sort of view it in that sort of standpoint. I think it's just the reality, though. I think Winston brings so much more to this passing offense that, was just not there at all with Deshaun. But, we're going to dive more into that later. But, yeah.
All right, Briss, what do you think?
Talk about the Browns. This shit that sucks, bro. That sucks. Achilles torn. Nah.
Yeah.
But honestly, Jameson Winston, bro. I don't think he's bad, but I just think he does pretty well. And then he starts, choking. But he does give a lot of hope to the team and to the fans. Like he is one person that you want to hear speak, even though sometimes it just sounds like I don't know. Be saying some shit all the time. But this week, I think it was like a bunch of injuries, but a lot of people choking, bro. A lot of people choking. I'm pretty sure a lot of people's fantasy teams like didn't, a lot of players that were expected to do very well. Unfortunately, my Texans lost, but CJ sold. Tank, four receptions, nothing. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. The defense was doing their thing, but I don't know. I just think Tex couldn't execute. A lot of teams couldn't execute, but that Ravens game, that Ravens game was crazy, bro. But I really thought the Baker Mayfield was gonna come back, bro. I was like, I'm like, oh, shit, what the fuck's going on? Like, and I don't know. I think they were just the defense was just getting kind of lazy right there. I feel like they were just like, oh, it's over, like But a good week of football. Let's say that. Let's say
Yeah.
that. A good week of
I,
football.
I will say it was for sure a good week of football, but a terrible week if you had any stock basically in wide receivers, like so many wide receivers failed us all throughout. It's probably one of the I think most lowest scoring weeks I think for wide receivers, like in terms of fantasy point standpoint, I've seen in a minute. So, also I would actually say too another big takeaway that I have from this week is these injury designations are getting out of control, and the NFL needs to step in and they need to do something about it. Kyle Shanahan possibly dude needs to be investigated. I mean, because what's going on? We got Debo Samuel in the hospital right now, battling for his life. Why was he even there? Why was he even down a single snap? You know what I'm saying? And why didn't nobody know about this or have any suspicions about it during stretching or pre-warm-ups or anything like that? Just completely 180'd a bunch of people, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of my reaction as well is two things is the choking in this week, as well as the injury designations. Because if we remember, I don't know, was it last week or something when they put Jordan Mason in for one snap, literally? They did the same thing essentially this week with Debo, and it's just slimy. If you ask me, it's just totally slimy just to do that. Why would you do that? Why? What is the reason for it? Like, oh, well, we wanted to see if he could perform. You know he can't perform. He can't breathe. He has pneumonia. You know this. Like, people have eyes and people aren't stupid. You know what I mean? Like, you know this dude is not good enough to play. Why do you even have him on the field? Why? So you can void the bets so Vegas gets their money? Or so you don't have to void the bets, I mean, so Vegas gets their money? That's really the only explanation there is. It's people say that's cope. People say that's not true. People say all that, but it has to be. It has to be. People that someone has an earpiece in, right? And some dude in a suit in Vegas is literally radioing in, like, "Hey, put Debo in for a couple snaps so these bets don't get voided and we don't lose the house." It's disgusting. And the thing is, on a little side tangent that goes on to it, in my opinion, gambling, the widespread of gambling these days has totally ruined people's outlook on sports, because it's all about my parlays and hitting. People's takes are going askew because they're saying people are ass because the bet's not hitting or something like that. And it's like, what are we doing here? Are we sports fans or are we gambling fans? Like, what are we here? You know, are we?
Oh,
You could be both, I guess. But like when it starts to actually affect what's going on the field, I think it's a little questionable. And you're right. The NFL needs to investigate, but they won't, because Roger Goodell sits on his ass in his little throne up in some suite somewhere and calls the shots. It's horrible. But as far as the choking goes, it's crazy to me that some of these teams are playing like they are. Like the Vikings were up 10-0. Let the Lions come back, and that's just
Lions
crazy.
Are raw. Lions are raw.
The Lions are raw. But we will get into the Minnesota Detroit game very soon. Actually, right now, that's the next topic we're going to bring up. Is that game was peak cinema. Full transparency, I didn't get to watch it because I was at work, but I was on Sleeper, constantly refreshing, keeping up with everything, and quite frankly, you didn't have to watch that game to realize how crazy of a game that was. You could just look at the stat box and be like, oh my god. Jahmyr Gibbs
Raw
is him. Can we just say Jahmyr Gibbs is him? Bro doesn't even get in a real stance. He just, I don't know if anyone saw that, but when I would look back at some of the clips, he just stands there. Like he literally just stands there, gets the ball, and just goes for 40 yards and whenever he wants to. It's crazy. But my take on that game is absolute cinema, and I think that is the preview of the NFC Championship game. I think one of those two teams are going to the Super Bowl, period. And then they're going to be playing the Ravens in the Super Bowl because that team is just overpowered. But probably swing it over to Briss. What do you think about that Lions-Vikings game?
That was a really good game. When they said, and also the other good game before I speak on that was who was playing with the Texans and Packers. But I don't know, that Lions game was crazy, bro. The defense was just everyone's all like, oh, like they're not gonna do well without Hutchinson, but they figured it out, bro. The defense was doing their thing, and it was just a dogfight, bro. Who could score? Jets was struggling a little bit, but he made it work, and it was a dogfight, bro. It was a good game to watch. I'm actually like very excited on like how the Lions are gonna go after this game, because I feel like they just kind of like, not saying they just feel like they won the league, but I feel like they're just going in with that mentality of like, all right, who's next?
Yeah.
Because that coach, bro, honestly, bro, he might be my favorite coach to watch, because he's not just like a coach, bro, but he's like a player. He treats everyone there like family, like a brother. He really cares about the players, bro, and that's what I like to see. Not just all right, next guy up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, X, what do you think?
My takeaway is first off, I will take the L. I said last week that Minnesota was going to stomp on Detroit. That defense was just going to be too much. for old Goff to handle, and boy, did he just torch them up. 22, 25, 280 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think that's pretty much just the story of the game, is that Goff is just, when he's so accurate like that and he's not making any mistakes, and you have, of course, the duo that everybody loves, Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, running all over, mostly Gibbs this time around, but other thing too with Monty, very costly fumble though at the end of the game,
Yeah.
very costly. Um,
Yeah.
they were able to turn that over in a 6, and I think they had the lead up 3. And then the Lions were able to sort of come back. But for me, yeah, I think that takeaway is definitely going to be, I don't know. It's kind of tough to see how it's going to pan out in the NFC because I think there's a lot of good teams.
Yeah.
But I think Detroit and Minnesota, I think it's a good chance we'll be seeing them
Yeah.
come playoff time.
One thing I want to say on the Lions too is growing up, I've watched football since the first real football game I ever watched was the Patriots and the Giants in that Super Bowl. It was the Patriots' perfect season, and ever since then, I've always remembered the Lions being like total poverty franchise, totally ass, awful, bottom of the barrel every year. But the way that they've bounced back as an organization, bringing in Dan Campbell, drafting players well, like Amon-Ra, for example. Is extremely kind of motivating, kind of in life, because we're talking about a team that didn't win a game one year. They didn't win a single game. And now they're about to run the league. It's kind of like the beauty of sports, right? The beauty of sports, like you can never be truly down the whole time. That's kind of my big takeaway from it is you just can't count this Lions team out. And Detroit as a city, you can't really count them out either. Bouncing back, sticking with that team for as long as they have, and now they're having the resurgence they do. Crazy work, if you ask me. Crazy work.
Your first week as well, after losing a defensive player of the year candidate, and the opposing team had 2 weeks to come in prepared. Minnesota was coming in off a bye.
Yeah.
That's why I was very bullish on them. But there it is.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
Apparently, he's gonna be able to come back in the Super Bowl if they make it, bro.
Yeah.
Apparently, but I don't know. I don't know. That was a pretty nasty injury to come back.
I mean,
and
the silver lining on that injury is clean breaks like that. If you're gonna have a break, usually probably what you want, because it's gonna heal back way stronger than it is. Not to say you want an injury like that, but me personally, I'd take a snapped leg over like reconstructive knee surgery or something. Personally, so that's kind of the silver lining for Hutch, is he'll probably be able to bounce back from that, and for sure next year when he comes back, he won't miss a beat. Rather, like if he tore his ACL or something like that, you might see a downtick in his performance. But that's my only silver lining on that injury for him. But yeah, losing him, people really wrote them off defensively with losing Hutch, because he's that good of a player. He's that good of a player. He's a J.J. Watt type where, he can literally transform that defense just by himself. So that's the silver lining in that. But we're gonna go over next to the second, probably biggest, or maybe the biggest injury of the week was that Deshaun Watson Achilles tear, which awful. I hate muscle tears to see them, because you could see the muscle going. Awful. But the big story from that isn't just the injury. It's the entire stadium was cheering. The entire stadium was cheering that this man got hurt. And people are making a big deal of it all over social media. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Should you cheer when someone's down? Should you not? A lot of people are taking the side of, he's a sexual predator. Of course, I'm going to cheer for him when something bad happens. A lot of people are taking the side of, okay, but, it's an awful thing to happen to somebody. Why would we cheer for him when we're down? Quite frankly, I don't think it's that big of a deal that they were cheering, if I'm going to be just completely honest. Because, one, it's the Cleveland Browns fan base.
Yep.
So you should expect something like that. You should just expect something like that. But I mean, if we're being real, all Browns fans know they're cooked. They're cooked for the entire time Deshaun Watson is there. So him going down is a breath of fresh air because they get Jameis Winston in there. Jameis Winston may not be the best talented quarterback, but what he does bring to that locker room is some serious motivation. And I think that's the biggest thing for them that they need right now is some motivation because I don't think they're feeling very good with 4 going in there, stinking it up, and then going on his burner in halftime and just trashing everybody. So that's that. But we'll go over to Briss with it. What is your take on the fans cheering for Deshaun Watson's injury? Is that good? Is that bad? Do you not give a fuck? What's your take there?
I'm not surprised. Just like how LeBron left Cleveland, they just started burning his jersey, and
Yeah,
then he came. Then he came back and wanted a ring for them, and I don't know. Not surprised. Is it a little fucked up? Yeah, but it is what it is. It's the Browns fan base, and honestly, that's just how it is nowadays, bro. Like when KD got hurt, they cheer for that.
In Toronto, correct?
Like
Absolutely.
I don't know. I feel like it's just more. It's more normal now. It's kind
For
of
sure.
weird, but like it's getting pretty normal to like cheer when someone gets hurt. Like, but
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's out of context. Maybe they're like maybe they're not. I wouldn't say. Oh yeah. Well yeah. I don't know, bro. Maybe they're like okay, bet like Deshaun's not in. We're gonna definitely win this.
yeah,
Instead of like oh Deshaun got hurt. Like
yeah,
maybe it's out of context. I don't know. People are usually probably fucking drunk, at the game. So I don't know. We don't know. Maybe like, oh yeah, shit, we get a second chance. Or I don't know, bro. But that's my take.
yeah,
Is it awful? A little bit. I don't. I wouldn't want anyone to, you know, cheer if I got hurt. I would feel like shit.
yeah.
but
Absolutely.
it is what it is, bro. Like he's got to deal with it.
I
Yeah,
would just say as well, because everybody sort of makes the stuff with the off the field thing. It's also partially on the field too, because he's such a bad quarterback that you're going to get fan bases like especially in Cleveland, as Briss just illustrated. Uh, they're rowdy like that. They do not care. Like I grew up with the whole LeBron decision fiasco. I saw these dudes burn his jersey, curse him, the whole thing. So when you have someone like Deshaun Watson too, which again the context really matters here, because I think the off the field stuff really is super unimportant, at least in regards to the whole booing. Because, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. They signed him with all of those pending investigations. So like the whole character stuff is like outside of the window. I think it's more so about his play. And he's so expensive too. I mean, he's literally a top. I think he's top 3 right now in terms of contracts, and top 3 or at least top 5 in terms of contracts for quarterbacks. So I think it was justified for the fans to be frustrated and to just think that that product's terrible or whatever. Now, when he gets injured, I think Winston brings up a good point though, because at the end of the day, he's a guy who is showing up to work. He's doing the best he possibly can. He's showing up to the practices. He's, you know, regardless of the off-field stuff, it's not like he's getting like arrested or doing drunk driving and stuff like that. So, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of cats in the NFL. I think off-field stuff is it's all over that in the NFL. You have no leeway though if you are a bad quarterback. If you are a bad football player, you have no leeway whatsoever, and that's pretty much my sort of take with Watson. Is what it
yeah,
is, you know.
yeah,
but one thing about like if we're not gonna speak about like off the field, bro, like on the field, bro, like he hasn't been like producing,
Hmm.
but he also has like not been almost not caring. Like, do you remember that play where like they were trying to like go for it and he just walked off on his team and then like the coach got all like pissed and shit and I'm like, damn, bro, like that's your team, bro. Like
yeah,
maybe he had a reason, maybe he had a good reason, but like I think that right there is also like one thing on like why he got booed because like
Hmm.
you just walk off on your own team on like during a play and your coach wants you to go for it and like you're not listening. It's like okay, maybe this on the field shit is like getting to the fans and shit. So I don't know. That's one thing that
Yeah.
me, if I were a Browns fan, and I saw that, then I wouldn't want him to play for my team. Like,
Yeah.
like people come to watch you play, people come watch the Browns play, and you just gonna walk off the field like that. Then I don't know. Yeah, you're getting paid, but who's paying you? The fans, the NFL. But
Absolutely, it's the attitude.
yeah,
It's the
so
attitude. He doesn't have a winning at he's got no fire, no burn. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality. You know, and I know athletes get super um insulted sort of when people sort of comment and say that, but that is just what I see. That is just what I see out there. Particularly, yeah, you bring up the point where he just sort of shoot that I think that was last week where he just shoot off his coach, you know, just shoot him off. He's like, yeah, I'm not coach. And then the coach Stefanski, who knows what's going on with that organization, whether he wants to bench him and the ownership is like, we have too much money invested in this guy, so you need to play him, like, and he's just forced to go because for the past few weeks it's been like the running meme. He's been the first thing that he says is Deshaun Watson is our starting quarterback. It's like why
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I pretty much agree with both of you guys. I don't really have anything else. I'm going to add on to what Briss said, though, about the times changing, about injuries. Because I remember when I was playing football, I only played in high school. So, I mean, small sample size, I guess. But whenever someone would get injured, it was pretty customary where everyone took a knee, whether it was the person injured was on your team or the other team. And then if the person that was injured was down, got up, everyone clapped because, I mean, sportsmanship or whatever. But
Oh,
times are
they were
different.
clapping.
Yeah, they
They
were
were clapping.
they were clapping, but not in a
They were clapping.
not in a
they were
like
playing the whole time.
yeah. But times have just changed. Things have got a lot more toxic. Things have, and it is what it is. People can wish change or whatever, but no longer the times where everyone's taking a knee and then everyone, claps to cheer for him when he gets up, not clapping to say thank God he's out, which is what the entire Browns fans did. But X said something about DUI, so I'm going to add a little, it's not on our topic list, but I'm going to put a little segment in here. Jay Cutler arrested on DUI in possession of a handgun, and reports are that he bribed the person that he hit or whatever $2,000 to not say anything. And my question, I'm going to answer it first, but I'm going to kick it up to these guys, is, okay, you're driving down the road, a drunk Jay Cutler with a handgun in his console, slamming gears, squeeze Ben style, slams into you, boom. You guys pull over, whatever. It's Jay Cutler. He says, bro, don't report me. Here's $2,000 cash right now. Me personally, I'm taking that deal. But the only thing I'm going to say is $2,000 is fair, sure, but you got to fix my car as well. And we're good, So I guess that's my question to you guys as a little segue is if Jay Cutler hits you, on your way home for work or whatever, and offers you $2,000 to not say anything, are you taking the $2,000 or are you taking the high road and calling it in?
5.
I'm gonna be cringe. I'm gonna take the high road.
Okay.
I'm gonna be cringe and I'm gonna take the high road, and here's why.
Okay.
Clearly is a threat to public safety, in my opinion. With the with the loaded gun too, and 2,000 is light work. I mean, really, Jay? It's like I know ball. So if he hit me, I'd be like, hey, I know ball. It's like you you had a solid, somewhat season, I think, with Chicago. I remember you smoking cigarettes on the sideline, like shit. So, but nah, seriously. Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I think my conscience would come in. I'd be like, you know what, this dude is clearly a problem. He could kill someone, So I'd call it in. I'd be cringe.
Fair enough. See, if he only offers me $2,000 and he says I'm not fixing your car, I'm pulling out the phone and immediately calling 911. You have to fix my car, bro. I'm gonna take the $2,000. You have to fix my car, or you're screwed. But yeah. Briss, what do you think? Are you taking the 2? Are you gonna raise it? Are you gonna add more stakes to it, or what?
I'm going to the hospital and I'm gonna call my lawyer. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
There you go. There
But
you go.
well trusted lawyer, Mr. Sweeney.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
got him on speed dial.
so yeah, Jay Cutler, if you're listening to this in jail right now, hit me up. I'm a fan. I'll protect you. Let's go. But a little segue there. Okay, so we see where we stand. But that was hilarious. I laughed. That was just too funny. His mugshot,
His mugshot was
$2,000.
Keno.
You know, he had to have been just drunk. He had to have been, dude.
Where was it at?
I don't know where it happened. I don't know. I guess Chicago or wherever the hell he lives. But I just thought that shit was so funny.
Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee? Yeah, that's crazy work. Tennessee.
He rear-ended someone.
Oh,
So
for a
he's
rear
got
end?
to-
Yeah,
Yeah, he rear-ended someone. So when you rear-end someone, bro, it's hard to beat that, bro. You can't.
yeah.
It's usually the person who rear-ends someone is liable for all damages and medical and shit. So
Yeah, you'd probably get more money taking the high road, so but I don't know, I'd say Jay, fix my car, come on the podcast, give me the 2000 and we're good. You know what I mean? So but yeah, okay, anyhow, segue, sorry to bring that up, but third topic of the night, or whatever number topic we're on at this point. Davante Adams got traded to the New York Jets a week after Robert Saleh gets fired. And if we are going off our sample size of that one game, I think he's washed. I think he's washed. I think he's washed, and I think Aaron's washed. So, tough. I don't know if that trade's going to look too well. Losing to the Steelers 2 times in a row is crazy work. Crazy work. You lose, get traded, then lose to them again. It's got to suck. But I think my overall take on the Davante Adams trade, maybe it'll become something better in a couple weeks when he learns the offense. That's what I'm giving him, is a little bit of leeway this week, a little bit, because I mean it's Davante Adams. You should be able to just basically plug and play anywhere. You're that good. Because quite frankly, Amari Cooper didn't know the play. He had Keon Coleman literally telling him what route to run, and then he runs the route and catches a touchdown. So I don't know if I can give him that much leeway, but I will give him a little leeway, for not knowing the offense quite well and not getting, it's been a few years since he's played with Aaron, so we'll see how he does next week. But if we're going just off this week, I'm saying horrible trade, didn't work out, and Davante's washed. That's my take. But X, being the Raiders fan, the in-house Raiders fan, who lost Davante Adams, the floor is yours. Go off, King.
Yo, appreciate it. I've been waiting all week for this segment, and all I have to say is I'm really proud of my Raiders organization. Just to go off, piggyback what the owner said, we traded Davante Adams for a third-round pick and Tom Brady minor ownership. I'll take that any day of the week. Any day of the week, particularly after that Sunday Night Football showing with Davante Adams. Catching it with your chest. I mean, basic stuff. But anywho, to continue onwards, though, I think the Raiders clearly got the better end of the deal. They receive a third round pick, which can become a second round pick if Davante Adams is either a Pro Bowler this year, which probably isn't going to happen because he's kind of washed, or if they make it to the AFC Championship, which also probably isn't going to happen because got the same record as us, baby. Very funny, too, that he wanted to go to a better organization that would give him a shot to win. But as of right now, foolish error. So I think that I don't think, and here's the other thing too, like, oh, we'll see what it looks like in a couple weeks. Like, that's not what was sort of advertised though with this deal. When this deal was made, it was supposed to be like, oh, Davante and AR are gonna link up, like they know, like it's just gonna be like it was in Green Bay, and Garrett Wilson over there, and you got Brees Hall, Mike Williams, Allen Lazard. No, absolutely not. It's not when the concepts are bad, not when the receivers too are just, they had some really bad drops. I'm just gonna say they had some really bad drops on Sunday Night Football. So But yeah, I think I took a little bit too much on this. I'm gonna hand it off over to Briss. But yeah, overall Raiders W. And good luck, Davante. I hope he does ball out though. I want a second round pick. I'm not being facetious when I say that, but yeah.
Yeah, good take. Briss, what do you think?
Honestly, I don't know what the Jets were thinking. Because honestly, it still looks like Garrett Wilson's wide receiver one. I don't know. That's what it looks like. Um, Respect to Davante Adams for making the decision. You know, I feel like a lot of people who ask for a trade don't do it. So like for him to come out and say, "Yeah, I want to get traded," but I don't know what he was thinking, bro. And I don't know what the Raiders Nation thinking, bro. Like I don't know. I just don't think Minshew's him. Neither is AOC. I don't know, but what's crazy is that he actually did better with the Raiders against the Panthers than he did with the Jets. So, and he balled out against the Ravens on the Raiders, and
Correct.
he only got like three receptions for 30 yards, bro. So it's
Yeah,
all
it wasn't
like I
good.
don't know. Was it the QB or is it him? Been saying this. I've been saying this.
Not to cut you off, maybe it's about their identity. Maybe you bring in a new personality like Davante, and it it makes things a little weird because you talk about Garrett Wilson still being the wide receiver one for sure. He had the better game, but they are tied for targets though. So like when they're in the huddle and it's in the red zone, Davante is going to be crying or whatever. He's like, "Yo, give me the ball, AR!" Like, woo whoop.
But it's
And
funny
the
that
same,
like
and then Alan Lazard too. Alan Lazard's like in there. He has a good game. He has no drops, 4 for 4, 58. So they have so many mouths to feed, and they're not winning. That's the funny part. They have so many talented players, and they're not winning. I think it's kind of. I think they need to just sort of decide, like, okay, who's going to take the reins here? Who's going to be the alpha?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
ugh.
I think it's
Brees as well. That's one last thing.
no. Go ahead.
Brees was the top receiver. He was 6 of 9 and he had 103 yards. So he had just as many targets as Wilson, just as many targets as Adams, more receiving yards. I don't know. So the Jets, they have a problem. They have a
Yeah,
big problem of personalities.
yeah,
they have like a lot of good players, but I feel like they're just not like choosing one. You know what I'm saying? Or like because for the coach to get fired, we all thought it was up from here, even though they lost last game. Like we thought it was all up from here. Then the Devontae Adams trade happened, and he came and they still lost. Like, so
yeah.
what's going on?
On paper, they
Is
should
it
be winning. On paper, they
what's
should
going
be
on? Is
winning.
it like the chemistry, or is it like I don't know? Is something?
Well, the Steelers are a top 5 defense, though, so you can partially give a little leeway with that. And then that Buffalo game, it's 2 field goals, so they could be 1-1. Obviously, woulda, coulda, shoulda, but still.
Yeah, I think part of the blame has to go on Aaron. Part of the blame has got to go on Aaron Rodgers because he has not been playing well. He has not been playing well this year at all. He's not the same Aaron Rodgers. And like I fight, so I'm gonna draw a comparison from fighting here. When a fighter gets into their old age, the upper 30s or whatever, and then they miss a whole year, usually when they come back, they're a shell of themselves. They're not the same that they were. And I think Aaron Rodgers has some of that. He missed last year and he's getting up there in age, and each year, each game, each play is vital to Aaron because his human clock is ticking. He's getting older and older and older, and Father Time does not forgive. So Aaron's running out of time. I think if Aaron was going to do something on the Jets, it would have had to have been last year. I think coming in this year, the step that he's lost is enough of a step. It's enough of a deviation down to cause all types of problems, to cause all sorts of problems, because where's the Aaron that we know? Where's the 4-time MVP, Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers that everyone thought was going to be there? He hasn't been showing up. So, and quite frankly, I'm getting sick of seeing the post-game press conferences and Aaron blaming everybody. This week, the story was, well, first off, they need to stop listening to you guys speaking to the media. And I think that's just bullshit. I think that's just bullshit because everyone knows media sucks. But everyone does have a fair point. Like, where are you at, bro? Where are you at, dude? Where's Aaron Rodgers at? You're a shell of yourself, quite frankly. You're not hitting passes that you used to hit. You can't run like you used to run. You can't extend plays like you used to run. Like you had one Hail Mary. And like even last week. Go ahead.
Completely threw Mike Williams under the bus last week. Was he correct? Sure, but like, yeah, goes up to the podium and just straight up blames him for the game loss interception. Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
He has some good throws. I feel like he still has it. It's just more of like, I think I've said this to you guys before, but like this is like basically the first year of them playing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the year that they were supposed to have last year when he got hurt, but he got hurt so I feel like I'm not saying next year they'll be better, but it's like they're still figuring out this year of what could have been from last year. Because there's definitely a lot of things that they need to work on. It seems like especially I believe like in the locker room, it's like all the chemistry is kind of off. I know they had that. What's it called? They had that. I don't know. They had like kind of like a 5 episode just on them. I forgot what it's called, but
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, Hard Knocks. They had their own episode of Hard Knocks, and they were all like, just showing like, oh, they're getting along and everything. And now they're not getting along. You got like Garrett Wilson, like talking to Aaron Rodgers, like they're just going back and forth, and Aaron Rodgers saying that his receiver ran the wrong route, and this is like the reason why. And then they go get Davante Adams, think it's gonna fix the problem, but they still lose him, like, which is weird. Is it their ass or is Russell Wilson him?
He's him, Mr. Unlimited, dude. But okay. Anyhow, we're That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. I think I think he's done, bro. I don't think he's got it in him. He's 40 right now. I'm looking at it. His birthday's in December, so he turns 41 this season.
Mm-hmm.
He left that old Aaron in Peru when he did the ashwagandha shit or whatever. Bro, be smoking too much.
He did, bro.
Nah, we need the perk. We need perk Aaron. All right, it's not
literally
not Ash Aaron, not ashwagandha.
Leave the smoke.
We need the perks. Yeah.
Literally, just start feeding him some perks again, dude. But I don't know. I think Aaron's done for, bro. Personally, I think they should really consider.
Yeah, I still want to have hope for him, but I don't know, bro. Jets franchise has always kind of been like this. Honestly, I feel like it's just kind of like he's worried about his bag.
Yeah.
That was it. Worried about his bag.
Because we're entering the second half of the season, so who knows? Maybe by week 9, week 10, they're cooking. But I don't see it happening, man. I just don't, because they play the Patriots next week, so that's probably a dub. But next week, if they
beware of Drake May, not clip this. Beware of Drake May. Beware of Drake May. Okay. He's coming.
It's clipped. But if they struggle against the Patriots, our suspicions are confirmed. The Jets are just toast. There's no coming back. If you beat the Patriots, but it's like 21-17, you're cooked. I'm sorry. You got to beat the Patriots by 2 tugs and a field goal or something. You got to have a little bit of a cook fest next week to sort of scour any type of hopes you have for the season. Because at this point, they're looking at maybe at best a wild card. And does Aaron really have it in him to go in his bag and pull out a wild card to the Super Bowl? Go ahead.
One thing, bro. You know what's even more crazy is like he has the same teammates that he had on the Green Bay Packers, bro. Like he
In
had
terms of
Alan
his receivers,
Lazard,
yeah,
he had
yeah.
Davante Adams, so you kind of just like took him there, and like it didn't work in Green Bay. What do you makes you think it's gonna work over here at the fucking Jets?
Yeah,
I
absolutely,
don't
man.
know. I'm just saying like it just kind of like the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say his name, but like playing le GM, just inviting all homies back to his, to the big franchise, thinking they're gonna do something. I'm like, bro, this is not like
Yeah,
2016 anymore, bro. Like, I
no,
don't know what's going on maybe just taking a road down memory lane, and he just, is having a midlife crisis. He just wants to relive it. Oh, remember when we did that?
yeah,
With his boy. You remember that throw I threw you? Like, let's do that again. Like, nah, bro.
not
It's
happening.
done. I
Yeah,
think it's toast. Yeah, it's just toast.
yeah, but
So,
So does Davante regret the decision though, or is he like just cool with it? Is what I'm trying to
I
fathom.
mean,
Like, does he want a Super Bowl, or does he just like,
he
does he
can't be
want to
bitch.
put up like empty stats that he's like fighting targets with and shit with
Can't be bitching.
Lazard and all and like I just don't.
If he starts bitching again, bro, he's just I don't know, bro. I don't. It seems like that's the case with most of these receivers. They just kind of make it about themselves and shit. And I'm like,
dude, I've been
bro,
saying this diva position. You don't do anything but catch the ball. You barely block. Diva position. All you do, Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think he can publicly say he's not happy there.
respect the talent, but I'm just saying, like, you just can't be bitching just get what you want. Because then if you don't get what you want and you don't put the work in, then
Yeah,
who you gonna bitch to, bro? You're just kind of releasing some.
Well, the thing is he just had so much leverage. Is like because I'm pretty sure he was talking about the trade. I think I was listening to him. He was saying that he was able to go to like either the GM or his agent and literally pick like which position areas that he would like to prioritize or like Jets or Bills like he literally had a choice like and
Should
for
have went to
me
the Ravens.
if he had a choice I'm looking at this is post Monday Night Football obviously and I'm thinking like why didn't you go to the Ravens?
Mhm.
Why didn't you go to the Ravens? Like the
yeah,
most obvious, clear walking Super Bowl, and then you with Zay Flowers too? Like really? Like that actually works a lot more than with Garrett Wilson because Garrett Wilson needs like 10 targets or whatever, every week to do some. Zay Flowers, he might get 3 targets this week. He might get 10 targets next week. It doesn't matter because they're running the ball constantly. So I think Davante would, and he's a bigger receiver too. Like they're lacking a serious X receiver. Like he'd be perfect. He would have been perfect.
yeah,
So,
yeah. But
but missed opportunity, big missed opportunity.
missed opportunity, and when you think you know best, there's no getting someone out of what they think they know best, and when they want something, they're gonna get it, I guess. Especially when you're caliber like,
It just sounds like he doesn't want to ring, bro.
Exactly,
It just
exactly.
sounds like he wants to just do good. You
yeah,
know, he
yeah,
wants to look good on paper. Because like, if he really wanted to ring, bro, he would have went to the Ravens. Maybe try to go to the Lions.
yeah,
Bills
absolutely.
too. The Bills were in there before they traded. The Amari Cooper trade happened right after. Like that was the Bills were trying to get him, and then once that fell through, they're like, all right, I guess we'll sell with Amari. You know.
That's so funny because he wanted to go to the Saints.
Yeah, he's
And
thanking God he didn't go there though. I can tell you, the Jets can lose every game this year, and he's thanking God he didn't go to the Saints. But Briss brought up Le GM, so we're gonna make a quick little segue here to our
let's
weekly
go.
breakdown of Bronny James. Now, I have it pulled up right here. Bronny James against the Warriors in their final preseason game played 35 minutes of the game, which was the second most on the team, for 17 points, 1 assist, and 4 rebounds. Now, last week we were trashing this dude because he was averaging like not even a point, And then, we go out, we hate on him a little bit. It motivates him, and he puts up 17. I don't know if everyone's going to have the same take as me, but I don't think this proves anything. I don't think this proves anything because I'm going to go with the players who played, okay? I'm going to go with the players who played this game. You have Bronny James. You have Cam Reddish, okay? Literally the only two people on the team that I know. Jackson Hayes, Quincy Oliveri, Jalen Hood, Shafino, Maxwell Levis, Armel Traore, and Colin Castleton. So you have Bronny out there with a bunch of G Leaguers. He gets the ball whenever he wants, can shoot however many times he wants. It doesn't matter. And he puts up 17. I don't think that's impressive. I think, if anything, it proves he's not him. Because once you have people like LeBron and Rui, Austin Reeves, when you have them back, Bronny's usage is going to go way down. And we've already seen when Bronny has low usage, he's not doing anything. So quite frankly, I think I'm right. I think I'm vindicated in my hate of Bronny. And quite frankly, this dude needs to go to the G League or something. Go back to college, see if USC will take him. He needs to. LeBron needs to beg USC.
He can't go on the G League because he didn't sign a two-way contract, if I'm not mistaken. I think because of the contract that he signed, he's going to be active on the roster all year.
That's crazy.
So
he's cooked. I think he's totally cooked. That's my take. Is that 17 points? Don't get fooled. Do not get fooled. Don't think Bronny's back. Don't think Bronny's here. Don't think Bronny's delivering. Don't get fooled. Beware. Clip this. Bronny, you suck. You suck. Lakers fans are completely delusional. You're the 55th pick for a reason. You suck, and you're not going to get any better. That's my piece. X, what do you think?
pretty well put, I'll actually honestly say. I'm not going to totally trash the kid. And I'll also say I don't think we were trashing him last week. Everyone's just so soft. The whole world is just so soft. They can't take some criticism. And I thought the points that we brought up too were good points. We want this guy to stop shooting three-pointers. After this game, that still is the case. 1 for 5. I think that was his only three-pointer he made all preseason. I think he went like 1 for 30. Go to your local 24 and shoot 30 shots. You're you're definitely going to hit more than that. So, pathetic. So, the other thing too is the efficiency. 17 on 17 is not good, okay? That goes without saying. However, I do think it's pretty impressive that this kid has grit. I'm going to say that. This kid has grit. He has grind. The whole world is against him. It's raps for him. He gets the DMs. He gets the social media every single time this dude puts up a brick. It's like Russell Westbrook when he was doing really bad on the Lakers times 10 because it's LeBron James' son. And the standards that the media put onto him are so high. So, look, I think it's actually a step in the right direction for Bronny. I think had he had gone out there and he did 1 for 17, then we'd be looking at it like, oh God, this is just. But there's basically some hope. Is my sort of takeaway from it. It was, however, the biggest lopsided whooping in Lakers preseason history. So don't forget that. Everybody looks at the points, but like 74 to 132 is crazy.
58
That's
point
crazy
loss.
work. Exactly. So yeah, that's my take. Briss?
They got cooked. They They clearly put, their backups in, bro. Like LeBron didn't play, AD didn't play, so of course he's just gonna get garbage time, bro. So of course he's gonna make, that span of time you don't make that many points, bro. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I believe.
But he belongs. Does he not belong in the NBA? Because does Bronny belong in the NBA?
Well, the regular season hasn't started, so I'm gonna answer that question about 20 games in of the 82 game season.
I I have a coworker that bet that Bronny is gonna have a double double in the regular season.
Oh, okay. Just in the oh, okay. I thought
Like
like game
every time in the
on
regular
the
season.
week. I thought like debut. That would be
But
crazy.
like I'm like it's possible, but
Like just
that's gonna
one, like he has to, one game of the 82, he'll have a double double, or he's averaging a double
what?
double
No,
weird.
he has to have one game having a double double in the
That's
regular.
10 assists or that's 10 rebounds, and
But
I
he's
don't.
not even like throwing assists. He's not even
Yeah,
like
he has no vision. Like
he's
that's the
not.
other thing.
I don't want to shit on the dude, but like from your dad's literally one of the greatest players to live, and you're doing this. It's like shit, bro. Like you
Yeah,
clearly got ties. You know,
yeah. LeBron's for sure putting belt to ass when they get home. Every game, LeBron is just belting that.
and like he's
Uh,
got to make it. He's got to make a
He
name for
is.
himself. And, like they don't even call him by his name. They just say LeBron's son. Like like LeBron's son.
He kind of did it. LeBron did it to
yo,
Bronny because there's years, literally, as Bronny grew up, there's just so many egregious comments from LeBron. Like I saw one today. LeBron was talking about like when Bronny was 5 years old, he got a rebound, went down, he took it coast to coast, dribbled in between people and laid it up, and Bron's like, "Oh yeah, this guy's gonna be in the league." Like, if anything, part of the
Bronny
blame
didn't
needs,
even remember that shit. Bronny didn't even
dude,
remember
no,
that shit.
Bron,
On the I saw another clip you talking about, man. That
like, dude, if anything, part of this blame needs to go on LeBron for putting such high expectations on him. You know?
100% of it. I put 100% of the blame on LeBron.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
He
also
put the
it's also
yeah.
like just another thing too is like the way Bronny did not grow up the way LeBron did. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron had that like survival mentality, like he had to get it by any means, and even though it was kind of like walk in the park for him, but he was good, bro. He was good. He was like when he was in high school, bro. He was good. Like he
Oh,
was
bro.
he
phenom.
was fully
Yeah.
developed, bro, and like he was hungry, bro. He was
Yeah,
hungry, and that was just in high school, bro. Like in him,
yeah,
I'm not saying like Bronny could, but like he just doesn't have that, that mentality, bro. Like that, like LeBron had, and Kobe
yeah.
had, Michael Jordan had. Just like I'm gonna go get it by any
Yeah.
means, bro.
When you
Because
wake up, when you wake up, and your
dude's
bed
playing
is,
COD and streaming, bro. Like, what
yeah,
are you doing, bro?
like
Like,
you wake up in silk sheets every day. It's hard to go on the run when you need to. You know what I mean? He didn't need to play. He did not need to play basketball. He could have done anything. For example, this is totally out of left field, but for example, Snoop Dogg's son, Cordell, I believe is his name, was raw in high school. Raw. Could have, whatever. But Cordell, same thing as LeBron. He grew up in those silk sheets. Did not need to put his body through that. Went another route. Bronny could have did the same thing, and credit to him for wanting to play basketball, wanting to step in his to try and overcome his father's shadow. But unfortunately, I just don't think you can because it's fucking LeBron James, dude. Like it's LeBron James. Like how are you gonna, So I don't know. It's when you wake up in silk sheets every day, it's hard to actually go and have that grit because LeBron didn't have nothing. He had absolutely nothing growing up. He literally nothing, and he had to put in that serious work. He had that energy to him. He came out of high school. Game one in the NBA had an impact on the court. Game one, so I just don't think Bronny has that in him. I don't think he has that whatever. And people can argue if LeBron has that dog in him or whatnot, but he does because he came from nothing and he became the greatest player ever. But
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
don't think Bronny. I don't think
I think
Bronny's
both
got
of
it
you
like that.
guys are totally right about that sort of diamond in the rough, uh, sort of, coming from the ghetto or whatever sort of thing. Like you definitely get a different type of mentality. I think though, a little bit of like why Bronny I think also can get hated on so easily is because a lot of people, working class people, normal everyday people though, look at it like, here's a guy though, kind of like Arch Manning. Here's a guy who has every single resources around him to be successful, to be a good basketball player. the best coaches, the best mind. Your dad is one of the best like basketball minds ever. So there's basically no room for him to fail. Is how normal in layman's terms is how people are just going to view it, and that's just super unfortunate for him. That's just
Yeah,
sort of how it serves. That's sort of
Right.
yeah.
but it is what it is.
I mean, it's like what they always like. It's kind of like cliche that they say it, but like they always say like talent doesn't mean shit unless you like have the work. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you can have the talent, you can have this, but nowadays, bro, like there's people who don't have like God gifted talent or the height or like talking about the NFL or or the NBA or the MLB. There's a lot of people, but the people who do make it are the people that work. So like, is Bronny actually working, or is he just kind of like caught up in like, oh, like I'm already rich, like I'm gonna
They
do what
say
I
he's
want.
an influencer doing basketball. That's what I heard like former NBA player or something like say that. He's like an influencer who's playing basketball. So
yeah,
is what it is.
absolutely. I think we're all three on cooking a little bit here, but we're gonna go
Hmm.
back to football. We're gonna go back to football now. We're gonna introduce.
Picks.
Yeah, we're gonna do picks, but we're gonna do something to sweeten the pot here to make our picks have a little bit more on them. You know what I mean? And to have a little bit of a stakes here. So we're gonna introduce this new segment. It's gonna be Who Knows Ball, right? So we do our picks at the end of the week. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep track, right? And then between the three of us, whoever has the most right picks is going to get the Who Knows Ball crown on their overlay. Coveted crown. In my opinion, the most coveted award in all of sports is the Who Knows Ball crown. Um,
Heisman,
ESPN,
Lombardi. Like, what are we talking about? Like, come on.
bro, Lombardi, who cares? You need to know
Exactly.
ball. If you don't know
Yep.
ball, like, whatever. Cool. You ran for a lot of yards, but you don't know ball. Like, get real. You know what I mean? Get real. You know what I mean? Jeez. So that's what we're gonna do. So that'll debut next week. You will see whoever it is when you turn on when you go ahead and click our video. You're like, cool. We're gonna learn some ball this week. You're gonna know who knows the most ball, and it's gonna change each week, I imagine. And then at the end of the year, we're gonna tally it all up. And then I don't know. Maybe we'll give someone a trophy or something. Who knows ball trophy to put in the back of their setup or something. But yeah, that's the idea. ESPN, if you steal the idea, I will send you a cease and desist letter. Don't even think about it. But we're going into picks. So we're starting with the Thursday night game. Right.
Minnesota Rams.
So Minnesota has a short turnaround after absolutely shitting the bed last week. I think they're going to come out and they're going to try and correct their mistakes. They're going to go 6-1. So I'm going to pick the Vikings. This week. Yeah, so I think X is probably on the same page, right?
Oh yeah, straight
Okay.
up. It's the Vikings comeback.
Okay, Vikings. Briss, what are you saying?
Where's it at? Is it?
We're going week 8, so
Are
We're gonna
they?
be in LA.
Okay.
it's in LA. Yeah, it's
I
in
think
it's
it's in it.
in
Yep.
it's in Los Angeles. It's in LA. So
I'm gonna
Possible
say
Cooper Cup.
Vikings. I'm gonna say Vikings.
yeah, I don't think Cooper Cup's making a difference there. I always have a hard time going, oh, someone's coming back off an injury. It's their first game, so they're going to pop off. I
Hmm.
always have a hard time going with that. I always expect a game of mediocrity to get kind of back into the swing of things. Maybe
Realistic.
week 9, Cooper Cup can start returning to form, but got to go Vikings this week. Have to. So I think all three of us put Vikings, so we'll see if
Yeah.
all three of us start 0-1 on Thursday. Second game of the week, we're going Green Bay Packers versus Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. I'm going to pick Packers here, personally. Trevor Lawrence is going to get picked off 3 times by Jair Alexander. That's just a fact. So, yeah, I'm going Packers on the road. They're taking that dub. X, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, I know I'm playing it pretty safe, but when there's a lot on the line, you know, I'm gonna go Packers as well. I'm sure Vegas and everybody will be picking them. But unless Tank Bixby becomes LaDainian Tomlinson again and rushes for like 200 yards, I don't think Jacksonville really has a chance. So
Yeah, quite frankly. So, and I don't see I don't see Trevor Lawrence lighting up that Green Bay secondary.
no,
I don't
mm-mm.
see that happening. So,
It's legit. Jair's legit.
yeah,
Jair's legit.
dog. We're talking a dog. You know he was saying some foul things to Stephon Diggs this week. So Briss, what do you got? You got Jacksonville. Or you got the Green Bay Packers.
I got the Packers, bro.
Okay.
Jair, that defense is crazy. Jordan Love's doing his thing, bro. Um, Josh Jacobs, it looks like he's like, you know, awake now. Like, So yeah, I think the Packers are gonna do it. I just don't have a lot of faith in the Jags, even though there's a lot of good talent on that team.
Yeah.
But I think they still have a lot of things that they need to work on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Packers.
Okay. So we're all starting on the same page here. We both got Vikings Packers. Next game, we got Cards Dolphins in Miami. So the rumors Tua's coming back.
Oh yeah.
Again, my rule with people coming off injuries is to not put huge stock in them to go off. So I think we might be seeing another Dolphins L this week. I'm going Arizona
Mm-hmm.
personally. Um, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully Tua does not hit his head again because he's gonna end up like radio if he hits his head again.
Well, I'll say this. I think that Arizona defense did a pretty decent job against the Chargers coming off on this Monday Night Football. So that little end field goal there. So they're coming off a good win. A lot of energy, but I think we all know this Dolphins offense is a 70-point ticking time bomb. They're going to go off to his back. Tyreek Hill, 300
Is
yards.
he for sure gonna be back?
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
He's coming
Yeah.
back.
He went on the podium and had to mog everyone who, said that he shouldn't play. He said, "You know what? I'm going to play." So,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Hopefully he wears that Guardian cap, but he better not run out of the pocket. I'll tell you that. Briss, what do you
but yeah,
got?
I'm Fins.
I got Cards.
Okay.
Kyler Murray, I think he can get it done.
So I think this might be the game that decides who knows ball, personally. I think this might be the game where either me and Briss are cooked or X gets cooked. One of the three. Next though, we got the New York Jets at New England against the Patriots.
It'd be so funny if they lost.
I know, wouldn't it? I want to pick the Patriots just for
I
that,
want
but
to pick the Patriots too.
but
The thing is, I won't be surprised if New England wins, bro.
yeah,
I won't be surprised.
I won't either. But I got to pick the Jets. I think they're going to come out pissed. Aaron's going to be pissed. They're finally playing kind of a dud team. So they got to win. I think I'm going the Jets here.
Yeah, I'll go Jets as well. I think it's a get right game for Davante Adams and the whole receiving sort of core to get in the end zone. So I think they'll score at least 28, probably. Drop a cool little 28 on them.
All right, Briss, what are you thinking?
Yeah, bro. Mm. Bro, the Patriots suck.
But they got Drake May. I wouldn't
I know.
hate you. I wouldn't hate you if you picked them
No,
for
no,
that.
no. That's kind of the reason why I kind of want to go on the Patriots side, just because Drake May's kind of doing his thing. But I'm gonna say this, bro, Jets, just because I just don't think they can lose. If they lost, what's going to happen, bro? This is gonna make or break it, bro. They have to win this. You can't fire the coach, lose next game, get Davante Adams, lose with him. Like this pattern
They've
needs to
done
stop.
everything to patch up like a sinking ship. They've done everything they possibly can. They got in the
Yeah.
duct tape, the super glue. I mean, you're you're right. If they
Yeah.
lose it, it's a make or break week for sure.
Can they
So, but
scoop the
I
water out in time? We'll see.
we will see.
Okay, so all three of us are going Jets. Okay,
Yep.
so again, it's looking like this Cards Dolphins game might decide it, but we
We still got a
have
few more games.
we
We
got a
still
few
got more.
more. We got a few more. This one though is an easy lock. We got Ravens versus Browns.
Ravens.
Clearly the Ravens are.
Ravens,
I mean,
Ravens.
do we
Yeah,
even really
I
need
mean,
to? That
no,
one doesn't really require much analyzing there.
nah. Winston, good luck though. I think. Um, I think keep an eye out though for the wide receiver one in Cleveland. If anybody, you know, is just curious, Cedric Tillman, Jerry Judy, they might be become something. This is for like deeper fantasy leagues, but yeah. Other than that, no, I have nothing else to
Yeah,
sort of take away from that.
you know. Okay, fair enough. So. Next, we got Eagles Bengals, which is I'm gonna call this the sleeper game of the week. Um, I'm going.
Eagles.
You're going Eagles. I'm going Bengals.
No, I'm going Eagles.
I'm going Bengals. I think it's in Cincinnati. Bengals. I feel like each week is a game where they have to get something done. So, and then I think if the Bengals can go out there and beat the Eagles, then I think the Bengals might be back. They might be back. So I think a lot's riding on this game for the Bengals, and therefore I'm going with them. So that's my pick. X, what do you think?
My interpretation of this game is bet the over because I think this is going to be a real shootout game in the morning. Um, I'm going Philly though. I'm gonna go Philly, and here's why. I think that they have a superior running game, obviously. I think that they're going to control time of possession. Historically, they've had a really good defensive front seven. I don't know what it's like this offseason or whatever. So I think if they can force Cincy to just have to throw the ball to either Chase or Higgins or uh, what's his name? I don't even know. Yoshi Voss, I think is how you pronounce his name.
Yeah,
Yoshi Voss. Like he's gonna have to throw the ball like 35 to 40 times for them to win. Um, yeah, I think there'll be some picks in there too. If I'm
yeah.
being real. So I think Philly. I think Philly's going to win this.
Okay.
So I'm going Philly.
And then Briss, you said Eagles too, right?
Yeah, bro. I just don't see it getting. I just don't see the Bengals getting it done, bro. That like Joe Burrow is not him.
Yeah.
He's not the same quarterback that he used to be, bro.
That's cap.
You think, bro? Like,
Yes, yes. I'll stand for. I don't even like Burrow like that, but it's the defense that's killing him. It's the
yeah, but
defense that like that's why this team's bad. Like he he's like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's doing his job. Chase is doing his job. Higgins is doing
it's
his
just,
job.
but like the games are so close all the
Hmm.
time, bro. So like, I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, why are they so close? If like, honestly, I'm not saying he's dog shit, but he's just not. I don't know how
Yup.
I see like he's not producing how that 1 year where him and Jamar Chase were just going crazy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yes.
not like that no more. I don't. I mean, I don't know why, but that's why I'm going Philly just because Saquon is fucking just eating, bro. Like
Hmm.
everyone's watching Derrick Henry. They should pay attention to Saquon, bro. Like he's
Yeah.
he's eating, bro. He's he's eating, bro. Well, he's
Okay.
making a statement for sure.
All right. So I'm the lone Bengals picker here. That's fair enough. I'll ride with it. Next game we got Colts at the Texans. The Texans are I don't know. The Colts are abysmal, so I'm going with Texans personally. That's
Depends
not.
who's starting at quarterback for the
I
Colts.
think I
I'm
think I've
so
been saying it.
serious.
I think
I'm
I've.
so fucking serious about that.
I don't
It
blame
really
you.
depends on.
I
It
think
really depends. That was like pathetic. But yeah, go off.
I think I just been seeing a bunch of people saying Anthony Richardson's probably going to play again. start this week. If that's
I'm
the
gonna go
case,
Texans. Yeah,
yeah. If
I'm gonna go
that's
Texans.
yeah. Yeah, I just think the Colts don't have it. They don't have that it factor. So, got to go with Houston here. X, what's your official pick?
My official pick is gonna be the Texans. Totally dependent though on if Joe Flacco plays because just a different offense. I think they may be getting Jonathan Taylor back this week though as well. So that might be something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, overall, gotta go Texans. I think it's a get right game for them. I mean, Stroud was bad from like a definitely from like a fantasy standpoint, but like from a football like quarterback standpoint, like he put him in a position where they could have won that game and with the Packers. So I think he can comfortably beat the Colts
Yeah.
this week.
Okay, fair enough. Briss, what are you thinking?
I think Texans defense are going to be like the key point to this game. CJ's got to do his thing, bro, because the defense is doing their thing, bro. They're getting the stops. They're doing everything right. Just because I was watching that Green Bay game and bro, that Texans defense is pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But he wasn't just producing, so I'm gonna go with Texans just because like I like the Texans, bro. But
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if like there's a different outcome. But you know they have to win. This is like they have to win, bro. If they want to be like up there, this is a game where they have to win.
Oh, the
Absolutely.
hype train will stop immediately. This will be Panic City if they lose, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because there's no excuse for them to lose, really.
Virtually a rookie quarterback, by the way. Anthony Richardson is basically a rookie quarterback out there. And
Yeah. Next game, though, we got Titans against the Lions in Detroit. So that's an easy pick. I'm going to go Lions for that one. Titans definitely.
Yeah.
Titans do not have the juice to cause an upset. So I think that's a safe bet is the Lions for me personally. X.
Yeah, I think the safe bet is the Lions this week. And going through these games, we're starting to notice like there is a lot of one-sided games, I feel like, I could just be,
Yeah,
maybe I'm a little cocky or whatever, but so I don't know. I feel like some of these games, I think the script's kind of written there for them for how they're going to go.
But that usually means though there's going to be a crazy upset when it's
Or someone's going to snap their leg. Hopefully
Yeah.
not, but yeah.
Well, the Lions already had someone snap their leg, so they're good. No one on their team snapping their leg. Okay, so are we going 3 for 3 on the Lions here, Briss?
No, I'm going Will Levis.
He's
He's
trolling.
coming
Mason
back.
Rudolph
He's
now.
trolling.
It's Mason Rudolph now. He got benched.
This
All
Rudolph
right.
is not good either. So I'm going Lions.
Yeah. I was like, there's no way.
I'm going Lions.
Okay, so we're all going for the Lions here. Cool. Next, we got the Atlanta Falcons playing Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa. I think that's also going to be a good game. And damn, this is the toughest one so far, if you ask me.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Um,
But I already know what I'm picking.
I'm going Falcons.
okay, Briss is going Falcons. X, who you picking?
So where's it at again? Sorry.
It's in Tampa.
In Tampa, baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't they just have a home game though? So they had that home game on Monday
Yeah,
Night
they
Football,
played there
and
today.
now they're gonna have another home
Yep.
game. Interesting. Cool. Yeah. I think the energy in that whole section. I said this like a couple weeks ago or whatever, but they brought it up on the podcast or not the podcast on Monday Night Football about how the hurricane has affected the area, and it just seems like everybody's just super rallied around this organization. I thought they did really good, honestly, against the Ravens. Given what happens, context is very key. Obviously we talked a little bit about Godwin, but we didn't even bring it. The Godwin thing scopes over what happened to Mike Evans. Mike Evans goes out there, he's limping, with a hamstring injury that he was questionable all week for. Gets a touchdown Gets his 100th career touchdown. Awesome for him. He's up there with like Moss and all these great wide receivers. Then they try and go for him in the red zone again, and it looks to me that he has a hamstring injury. Disparity we will know probably in the next coming of days, but yeah, I think this Bucks team is really resilient, super resilient, and I'm gonna go with them. Even down, two of their best receivers going against Atlanta. Yeah, I'm not believing in trapped Kirk Cousins, so going Tampa.
I am picking Atlanta. Because
Go Chains. That's why.
I just think that Chris Godwin and Mike Evans going down is going to be a huge blow to their offensive production. They do have the greatest tight end in the league, Cade Otton, but that's a joke. I have him on my fantasy team, but
Don't drop him now.
no,
Do not drop
absolutely
him
not.
now.
I'm riding with Cade Otton all year. I'm riding with Cade, but I just think I don't know. I don't think they're going to be able to really bounce back from that and I think the Falcons are coming off a loss as well, so they're going to want to correct that. I'm going Atlanta personally with that one. The next game, so the first 1:00 game is the New Orleans Saints versus the Chargers in LA. I have to pick the Chargers because I think the Saints are just too depleted personally. I think you can, like the Bucks, their offense took a hit, but like if I'm being real, you'd bounce back from that. But when like half your team literally is injured, I don't think there's really much of a bounce back you can do. Like when you're just activating practice squad players to fill those holes, you're kind of
When you
cooked. So
when you have your starting running back, I don't know if it's true that he had a broken hand. He's playing with like a broken hand. I know he had the rib injury too. So it's just like, damn, dude is just a total trooper.
yeah,
Um, Still playing though. Still playing.
I don't know if his hand's broken because I played high school and I broke my hand in football and
Hmm.
it was detrimental. It was almost too much to overcome. And now, obviously that's high school compared to NFL, so whatever people say whatever, but when you break your hand, I don't think he has a broken hand. I think it's definitely hurt, but broken, I don't know if I think he'd be out if it was broken.
Hmm.
But I think either way, the Chargers are going to win. Jim Harbaugh, it's going to be an easy coaching week to sauce up all those practice squad players they got. So I'm going Chargers. X, what are you thinking?
Oh yeah, I think I'm about to go Chargers just off the basis of the injury.
Okay.
Injuries are just racked up.
Yeah. Briss?
Derek Carr not playing.
No,
No, he's still.
questionable probably, but I mean,
He'd probably take
Chargers.
another week off.
is he on IR? Is he on injury reserve? I don't think he's on
I don't.
injury
I don't think they
reserve.
designated him IR, but why would he come back this week when they're so hurt? What's the point? But he's
I'm
not.
going
Because
Chargers.
they have to win now. They can't like. There's no room for error on losing if they want to get to the playoffs. So
Absolutely, I agree, but I just think he's gonna go in there and just fucking play horrible. You know, but that's just my take. I gotta go Chargers. So, Briss, what do you think? I don't think you said.
Chargers.
Okay, 3 for 3 on the chart. Okay, so we have a few games here where we're not agreeing. So it's looking like someone knows ball, someone doesn't.
hmm
The next game we have Buffalo Bills in Seattle.
Ooh.
Bills.
Yeah, I think the Bills are gonna take it personally. Seahawks have been too wishy-washy for me this year. They play good one game, play ass this game. So
I think you could say the same thing for the Bills though.
Yeah.
So
you could,
I'm
but
actually gonna go Seattle just based off of the home advantage.
okay, that's
So
that's.
yeah, that's.
I just
But
think.
yeah, Amari
Geno
Cooper.
sells at home too.
Say that one more
He
time.
sucks at home.
Geno sells at home too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I dropped him
Thing
in my
is, Geno
fantasy.
needs to figure it out. Like I would say, see, 'cause it isn't like DK Metcalf out.
A couple weeks. Yeah, it should
Yeah,
be an MCL sprain, I believe is what I saw a
so
Shefty report.
So hopefully JSN picks it up. That's the only silver lining I have there. But I think the Bills are going to do it. I think, Amari Cooper's not that bad of a receiver. He's a pretty good receiver, and I think this is the first time, if I'm right, he's played with an elite tier quarterback. So
False. Derek Carr.
No. Sorry.
2016 Derek Carr. Yes, elite MVP running quarterback. You guys can look it up if you guys.
I get
Hard to do
AC/DC
that.
connection. I remember it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think. I think Josh
Don't
Allen.
be disrespecting my Raiders like that on live. I'm not.
I just think Josh Allen is that next step that will help Amari do good. And then I think Amari kind of assimilates well in that.
Look at this guy.
Okay, that's funny. So I'm going Bills. X is going Seahawks. Briss, you're going
Seahawks.
Bills.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Next game we got Bears Commanders.
Oh wow.
That's
no JD5 though. Probably.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing this week. And I don't know who their backup is off the top of my head. Marcus Mariota.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go Commanders. Because I'm gonna go Commanders. I think Marcus Mariota can hold it together for long enough. And like I've said before, I think the Commanders' entire identity as a franchise has been changed since they've got a new owner. So I think they'll be able to keep it together without Jane Daniels. And it's in wherever they play, Maryland. It's in Washington D.C., which is so. Yeah, I'm going Commanders. X, what are you saying?
Yo, crazy take. I think that's the easiest pick of the week, in my opinion. It's going to be Chicago. It's going to be Caleb Williams' season, honestly. He's going to torch up that Washington secondary, some fierce, particularly with the 3-and-outs that Mariota's about to produce. Yeah. Watch out for the Chicago defense as well. Sweat, yeah, he's going to be all over that. So, yeah, Chicago, easy. Pick them. What about you, Briss?
I think Commanders, bro. There's just too many weapons on that team. Too many weapons, bro.
Y'all just trying to give me the ball crown? All right, that's cool. Like,
no, I'm just saying, like, the only way this fucks up is if Mariota fucks up. That's it. This is the only way that, it's kind of plug and play, bro. Just plug and play. Like, they're going to plug him in there. You just got to get it to the receivers. You got to, Jaden Daniels can do it. You can do it too. Probably not as good as him, but, it's plug and play right here.
I mean, he had a good game. What did he put up last week? Let me pull up the stats here. So they won 40-7. First off, Marcus Mariota 18 for 23, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's not bad.
The team didn't have a week to prepare for him. Like, that doesn't even.
Oh, come on!
That is what it is. You practice all week for JD5, and then boom, Mariota comes in and then he puts up 200. Like, okay, like that's cool. I would like to see him do that next week. I really would like to see him do that against Chicago next week.
We'll see what happens.
What did happen to Jaden Daniels?
Wasn't like ribs, if I remember right. Didn't his ribs get hurt? Bruised ribs or something. So he's probably out for a week, maybe 2 max.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think they're gonna keep it together for a week. And yeah, I mean Mariota's he's not that bad. He's fucking better than Andy Dalton as a backup, so we'll see what happens there. Next game, we have Chiefs versus the Raiders in Vegas. Man, part of me wants to go Raiders just because I don't think the Chiefs are going undefeated this year, so they have to lose some week. But at the same time, it is the Chiefs. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go Chiefs. I'm going to take the safe bet. Actually, scratch that. Does not count. I'm going Raiders.
Why did you switch in real time like
I
that? Please
switched in
tell
real
me.
time because as I was talking, I remembered that the Raiders beat the Ravens. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think I think it'd be hilarious if all of the Raiders wins this year come against OP teams. So I'm going Raiders. That's my wild pick of the week. I'm going
Chris said
Raiders.
that a couple episodes ago. He was like, "We're the team that throws off the betting like all the time throughout the year."
Yeah.
So it is what it is. Um, I think the smart decision clearly would be Chiefs, right? Right? But we're not. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Viva Las Vegas, bro. Antonio Pierce is about to torch that fake, lame ass garbage quarterback. Yo, Patrick Mahomes, dog. They can't even touch you when you rush up on the sideline and you're like flexing out here. Like, stop it. You're gonna see. You're gonna see what a max. Because guess what? We got a player that doesn't give a fuck. We got a player on our squad that does not give a fuck about how many penalties, how many roughing the passes that he gets. He's coming for that ass.
He is. Bro hits
Max
backwoods
Crosby,
on live TV.
98.
Max
So
Crosby smokes blunts on live TV, and you think he's not
facts.
going to hit Mahomes on the sidelines? You are
Exactly. He's
tripping.
going to truck him. He's going to truck him. So I'm going to go Raiders. I think they're going to be physical. I think Mahomes is going to he's going to falter. He's going to falter under all that defensive pressure. Is just all I'm going to say. So watch out for the Jack Jones pick six. And and yeah, that's all. I think also by the way they're out another receiver. Just to throw that in there. Juju Smith-Schuster left the game
Ooh.
with a hamstring injury. So, you know, down another receiver. They got Travis Kelce. He might need his booster shot at the next half. Um, so yeah, well, I think Raiders all day, all
Is
day.
Taylor going to be in the house? It's Vegas, so she might.
She
But
might. She might have to see her boy get cooked.
she might, Who knows? Maybe she'll go, Travis, I'm done with you. I want the real dog, Max Crosby, now. So who knows?
Exactly what's gonna
Okay,
happen.
so I'm saying Raiders. X is saying Raiders. Briss?
He's gonna be the smart one. He's gonna get the easy pick 'em W. It's
That
like,
smile might say different. That smile right now might say different.
You know I'm a gambling addict.
yeah. What are they saying?
I want to say Raiders just because
Vegas has us under.
they
bet.
beat them before, and I just feel like Raiders is like literally the Chiefs' kryptonite. Like I don't know why is that Raiders always do good against fucking like great teams. Ah, this one's hard though. This one is hard because the Chiefs have the refs, bro. The
Yeah.
Chiefs have the refs, bro. If anyone says anything else that like, oh, the Chiefs are not good, bro, they are, and it's clear as day they can see it. So I'm gonna go Raiders just because fuck it, bro.
Oh!
3 for 3.
Whoa!
Yo, are we gonna predict the Chiefs loss right here on this stream? I think it's about to be history in the making. I think we all know ball.
Yeah.
Or we're all about to get clowned. We'll see.
We'll see, but if any, I just think the Chiefs they're not going perfect, so they have to lose at some point, and it makes perfect sense.
And if they go
Raiders.
perfect, bro, it's gonna be the most Mickey Mouse streak ever.
Oh, for sure.
Like
Absolutely.
just like I don't know, bro.
Quickly though, with my gambling addicts on that game, over under 42.5 points. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring, and they got the Chiefs winning. Chiefs minus 450. So might be some money if you want to bet on the Raiders, man. Put 100, win 350. That's the early betting right now. So
It's not bad.
let's see.
Next game, though, we have another toilet bowl. We have Panthers against Broncos in Denver. I'm gonna go with the Broncos. Personally,
Same here.
yeah.
Broncos.
Broncos. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that defense is too elite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
I've dropped Cortland Sutton like 5 times in my fantasy league. I'm not even
Literally.
joking. That offense is pitiful. However, they do have a great defense. So I think if they can just hold that, I think they might be a playoff team potentially. They could. I don't know.
Broncos?
Yeah, I think they could be an AFC wild card team. Because honestly, it's wide open uh, between the Chargers and with the Chargers losing just now. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
So next, Briss, you gotta go. You said Broncos, right?
Broncos, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. No faith in Panthers.
Okay. Next, we have we're going to the Sunday night game. So Sunday night football is going to feature the Dallas Cowboys against the San Francisco 49ers in San Francisco. Look, I don't care what is on the line. I don't care if I just don't care. I will never in my life pick the Cowboys to win anything. So 49ers are taking it this year. I mean, not this year, but this game. Yeah, 49ers all day.
Insane cope. Even with wide receiver 1 on pneumonia, another wide receiver with a shattered knee, he still picks
Yeah,
the
they got that
49ers
rookie,
because of that
bro.
Cowboys hate.
They
Yeah,
got that
Ricky might have some. He
Well,
might
they
have a
got
little
Ricky
some.
and
We'll
then
see.
that other dude that they got put in. I'm blanking on his name right now, but he had, I can't remember his name, but,
Mm.
I just think they're gonna put it together.
You talk about Juan Jennings. He didn't play this week, but
No, it's a different guy.
oh, okay, gotcha.
I just cannot remember his name, but I'm going 49ers. I'll find his name here real quick though. X, what are you thinking?
Cowboys, America's team, coming off the bye week too as well. I think it's a great get right opportunity for them. 3-3, by the way. Everybody loves hating on the Cowboys when they lose, but you know you're gonna have to wait another week, guys. Unfortunately, 4-3 Sunday Night Football. CeeDee Lamb, big touchdowns. Should be good. Should be a good time. Also, I think this 49ers offense is cooked. I mean, badly cooked.
Briss, what do you think? Oh, and before you go, Briss, the guy I'm thinking of is Jacob Coing. He had, I had it right here. But Briss, who do you think? Who are you saying?
Hate to say it, but I think the Cowboys are gonna win it just because I can't stand the Niners.
Damn. All right. It's all right. I'll win the ball crown. It's fine. Then we have our Monday night game. We have my New York Giants against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going Steelers. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to be able to do anything against that Steelers defense. And then Mr. Unlimited is back. So, yeah, which I was right about. I was like probably the only person in the sports world who said that it was a rightful benching. And I think the Steelers are going to win it again. So that's my pick. X, what do you think?
Ooh. Yo. I'm actually going to go with your homer team, my guy. I actually think the Giants can pull off the upset. And that is not due to saltiness. I was a big JF guy. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm going to make it completely clear. I thought the benching was very odd. It was strange, perplexing even. But you know what? It just shows that Mike Tomlin knows ball. My co-host knows ball. And they just they showed out. Russell Wilson showed out. But I think I think people are sleeping on this Giants defense a little bit. I think the Jets looked really sleepy on Sunday Night Football, and their DBs, I don't know. I didn't think they brought it all with them. I think this Giants front seven though is going to be pretty good. Also, I think it's a get right game for Malik Neighbors. Back to him averaging like 30 fantasy points a game or whatever. So, yeah, 150 yards,
Okay.
2 tugs.
That's fair. That's fair. I wish I could pick the Giants.
I think it will be close though. I actually think it will be a really good Monday Night Football game. I think it will be like like 21-17 type of deal.
Briss, what do you think?
Mm, I'm gonna go Giants, bro.
Okay.
I don't really trust Russ yet.
It's my favorite team, and everyone's picking them but me.
Damn.
Everyone's
Doesn't trust. How do you not trust them on Sunday Night Football? I trust them. I'm not gonna shit on them like that. Like
I don't know, bro. There's just not only I don't trust him, I don't trust that coach.
Oh, come
Tomlin?
on.
You don't trust Mike Tomlin?
No, I don't like him. I'm
What?
pretty sure I told you guys I don't like him.
I mean,
I'm because most of the times, bro, or maybe just me in experience and shit. I've seen this fool have like a good ass team like this, and then sell to the shittiest team.
okay.
So you know how I'm just I think I got the script. I think they gave me the script, and I think Steelers are not gonna win.
I mean,
We'll see.
that's crazy. I'm the
We'll see.
Giants fan, and I'm saying they're gonna lose, and they're both saying they're gonna win. That makes me feel like a shitty fan. I'm not gonna lie, but I just don't think Daniel Jones is gonna be able
I don't like the
to.
Steelers. There. I don't like the Steelers. So
I just don't think Daniel Jones can do anything against that secondary. I just don't.
Not
you
seeing
don't
it.
think Daniel
No.
Jones is them?
I don't know. He's got something that Aaron Rodgers didn't have. Like they're gonna have to have like a spy, a QB spy for Daniel Jones. They didn't have to have that for Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers. So
might be. And he's got Malik, so they could win. The Giants could win. I just. I mean, the most coveted prize in sports is on the line here, which is the
and
Who Know Balls crown. So I just can't put my faith in
Bro,
the
the
Giants.
Steelers just haven't. The Steelers haven't played anyone good.
going into it though, that Jets defense, like we were all saying, is legit. Like
Yeah,
so, it's kind of like flipping now because like the offense is stalling so bad that the Jets defense is like kind of viewed as mid. But I think their defense is still like I'm still impressed he put up 30 some points or whatever. Like because for me, I thought they were setting him up to fail. It was almost as if they were setting him up to fail to be like, oh, okay, like okay, now we can for sure just go Justin Fields like all year. But nah,
yeah,
he did it. He showed out.
yeah. Yeah. Me and X were having all week. It was absolute war in the group chat. I'm talking World War II in the group chat between me and X. Literally like hour and a half long debates while we're both at work, not working, talking about this situation. Um, it was crazy. It got heated. It got heated, but yeah, that's that. Those are our picks. So next week we'll see who knows ball, and the lovely fans of ours you will know immediately because one of us will have a crown above our head. Um, and yeah, that's that. So that about wraps it up for week 7 in the NFL, Kekcast number 3. We will be again back here next week. As always, videos go up on Thursday, midnight on the dot. So they're there for you when you wake up and your morning commute to work. Always remember, like, subscribe, comment, tell us that we don't know ball because, like I said last week, open invitation. If you think you know ball better than us, we have another spot here you can join in. You can come on here and defend your takes if you're man enough. If you're man enough, come on and we'll discuss it with you. But yeah, like I said, like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you guys next week. Do you guys have any final thoughts to throw on there?
No, I just hope that it's another week of hopefully players being healthy, and
That's
yeah,
right.
hope we can all just get through this. All right.
All right, Briss, any final words?
Let us know your picks. If
Yeah,
you don't disagree, if you disagree with us, bro, let us know.
yeah. You know, we want the war in the comments, dude. Comment anything you want. We will go back and forth with you. I promise. We will interact with you. Comment it down there and tell us if we're stupid or not. Please. So that's Kekcast number 3. We'll be back next week with number 4. You all have a wonderful rest of your week.